Hello and welcome to Mirror Talk. We have moments where we just have to pause. Just pause and take a break and reflect on life. Remember, you are strong, you are enough, you are capable, you are blessed, and you are loved. Your moment of greatness starts now. Today's guest is one of the very intelligent ladies I've ever been blessed to meet. I had the opportunity of being a classmate as well as a seatmate in the final year of high school. How are you doing, Tosin?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today on your platform. How are you doing too?
I'm fine, thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm very grateful for your time and for everything I'm about to learn from you.
Thank you for inviting me too.
After completing high school, we all parted ways to study in the university, and you chose to study law. Can you share about this? Why did you choose to study law, and were there like some internal or external factors involved in the decision making?
Why did I choose to study law? Yeah, I would say there were definitely some external factors because I was more inclined towards picking communication and language arts. I think that was like mass comm in the University of Ibadan. That was like mass communication. But then, I got influenced by teachers, everybody was like, why don't you do law? And, other people were like, why don't you do law? It's law, you can always diversify, you can even always go into mass comm. You have the ability to handle law and all that. So, I decided to change my course to law first choice and communication and language as second choice. So, okay, let's see what happens. And then I got in for law.
Yeah.
And the journey started, and the passion for law actually came towards like my third or fourth year. Like I would say my third year, that was when I really started enjoying it. The courses were like awesome, especially when we started commercial transactions. God, that course really sucked me in, and the passion for law just came. And then the fact that I can always protect people's businesses, guide them in ensuring their business is sustainable, while also adhering with the law was like the best part for me. So that's what I can say about that.
Which is very good. I mean, I know quite a number of people. I know quite a number of people that started studying something and they say, "Oh, I'm not enjoying this thing." Maybe they were in the first semester or in the second semester of or second year actually of the studies, and I'm always encouraging them to, just persevere, move on. You chose it for a reason. Just keep on going on. But I'm so happy that you are saying this now that it's in the third year that you really got into it and started enjoying it and you excel into and
Yeah,
yeah. That's good. That's very good.
I'm happy to.
Can you walk me through the experience of studying law in the university and also now practicing it or practicing it as a lawyer or as a legal and compliance officer or in any field that one can practice law?
The journey. I would say that I would say like law is a profession that involves high consumption of information. Like that's just the same thing that remains that follows the pattern right from university to practicing it in real life. You deal with a lot of information, you deal with different aspects, environment, different factors, human beings, people's businesses, a lot of things. And everything at the end of the day is all geared towards protecting people's interests,
Mhm.
protecting the interest of the environment, protecting different aspects of our life. So I'll say my journey from unit to now, yeah, everything was progressive and everything was interrelated.
Are there lessons from studying law that one can apply to one's personal life? For example, for self-development or personal growth, are there like some lessons or tips that one can take from there?
Okay, I will say that the point of similarity between
Mhm.
studying law and self-development and all the development is change, because law is a dynamic subject, a dynamic profession. Laws keep changing because law is based on things around us. Law is influenced by law of factors, and when those things change, laws have to amend. Laws have to
Mhm.
be adopted and amended with the new changes, but they become obsolete. And then it invokes a lot of injustice. So it's the same thing with self-development. The reason why you should be motivated to develop yourself is because things are changing. If nothing was changing, there would already be no need for you to like start working on developing yourself. You just be the same. So because things keep changing, you need to keep evolving yourself with all the changes. So once upon a time, people used to use horses to move around. I even read in an article recently that at a point, people that had this private business, they were the ones that were like the major employers in the industry then. And then see how cars came and took over. You feel like people will lose their jobs. People evolve, and people went to taxi business as well, and that's the way things keep changing, things keep improving. That is reason why that's the reason why people should always be ready to adapt to change. Be ready. Don't be rigid. Once something change with it. Learn how to just adapt to the new situation, because nothing is static. So that's just the way law is. Law is dynamic, keep changing. So that's the point of similarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And change is always is a constant thing.
Mm.
So it's tough to reminder for all of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Keep changing.
Yes. That's a major lesson already. Thank you so much for that. I mean, changes. One should be ready to change at any point in time because it's a constant thing that happens throughout life.
Yeah, that's very true. I
Yeah.
mean, I think during this 2020, we all experienced a change or the other. I mean, who would have thought remote working will be the new savior? I mean, it was what still made business to keep running because there was that other alternative of working remotely, and nobody knew it would become like the new norm.
Mm.
So, things just changed and nobody planned for it.
Yes, yes, that's true. Okay, I'll just move on to the next question already because this is already something one can really sit back and reflect on and think about how to change and how to be ready to change because everything is dynamic. But while striving to attain greatness, while trying to achieve a goal, we sometimes have a lot of odds or a lot of battles to fight in life. Have you had your own share of odds that you had to combat, and how were you able to pull yourself back up every time life sends a punch your way?
I would say I've had my fair share of us, as you call them. I've definitely had my fair share of them, and I think if you the way I've been able to handle them is through like my um relationship with God and my network, my family members, the people around me, and also having a positive mindset, because I always believe that when something is not going as planned, then there's something to be learned in it. There's something to be learned to make me stronger. So I will always be looking at it like, so what's going on here? What am I supposed to learn? I must not go through this old period, this old phase without being stronger, without having change,
Yeah.
without experiencing the sort of growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and definitely my family members, my network, my and then yeah, definitely my trust in God is what's always pulls me through.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
always pulls me, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I mean, it's always great to have like a backbone, and that is, for example, God, family, trusted friends that you can lay back on whenever you get a punch or a push from life, and that way they can pull you back. Yeah, that's amazing. Can you educate me a little bit? I did not study law at all. How is it like? How is it like for a lady in the legal field? How is it like for in 2020 or in this century, 2021? How is it like for a lady in the legal field? And what are the things that are still meant to be worked on in this field? Are they like, is it 100%, is it 100% developed that ladies can fully work and grow and, yeah, develop in the field? Or are there still works to be done in the legal field?
Oh well, I think on this subject I would just say that the legal profession is no different from whatever it is other the female gender is facing in another profession. What
Mm-hmm.
I would just say is that there's always room for improvement. There's
Mm-hmm.
always room for improvement. Like I always believe that the same parameters should be used for both the male gender and female gender in whatever field and in whatever area, whatever it is at all,
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
two genders are vying for the same parameters should be used.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's what I always advocate for.
Oh,
And I
oh,
feel like
Okay.
in every in every field of profession or profession,
Mm.
there's always room for improvement. Definitely,
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
that's
That's
true.
especially
true.
because Nigeria is kind of like a patriarchal
Mm.
society. So definitely, there will always be room for improvement.
I'll just this question was inspired by looking at the life of Ruth Ginsburg, for example, and in the US, for example, and seeing like ladies in high positions. So for me, that for a novice like me, I always think, oh, in the law field, everything's already there's equal rights for men and women, and there is everything's developed and fine, and maybe other career operational fields can learn from law, for example. But from what you said now, there's always something to improve. There's always
Yeah,
Something
something to
correct.
correct.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
So I said this before we started recording, and I'll repeat it again. I just want to wish you congratulations. You recently got married, and that's one for the old team. I mean, coming from the same set, and you getting married is like a very big thing for me, like a big news for me. And
Thank you.
I wish you a happy married life, and yeah, and every great thing and blessings that come with that comes with married life actually.
Yeah, thank you.
But as a former seatmate and former classmate, can you share a little bit of the love story and how married life is like for people like us that are still looking up onto God?
Okay, I will say that. Okay, once upon a time,
Mm.
Mm,
there was a lady and there was a guy, and
Yeah.
yeah.
there was a church function, and the two of them happened to meet at the church function. They had an interesting conversation, and the rest they say is history. Let me just put it that way.
So now, how is like the married life from what you've experienced so far? How is it? Uh,
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
that's great. That's great. And I pray that it remains so. It remains beautiful to the end of your lives. And you have great grandchildren and great great grandchildren. And I wish you a family with 100 kids and 1,000 grandchildren.
Wow, Toby, thanks for the wishes. I could wish you too.
Oh no no no! I mean, not so many kids. Maybe one or two is fine. Then yeah.
If I return your wish, I don't want 100 children, except definitely like people that want impact one way or the other, but not definitely not 100 biological children.
Mm.
Mm,
But
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, 100 children in the sense of impacting other young children, other teens, impacting young
Mm.
Mm.
people, definitely.
Not I think I've not told you this personally before, but from your post and just news that I hear about maybe WhatsApp story, for example. I know you have a passion for for other children, other kids. I mean, for helping people, and this is very good. This is very inspiring actually. Well done. I mean, that's good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this positive feedback. I'm really encouraged.
But what's your take and advice on simultaneously managing, a professional career or maybe charity, for example, like you do already, and also running a family? What's your take, especially for for young adults, for example?
I would just say everything boils down to you marrying your best friend.
Mm.
Mm,
There's really no formula for it. Like, if you're married to your best friend, you would both like want to support each other, because if one person is ill, as my dad will always say, it affects the other person, it affects the entire family.
Yes.
yes.
So when you look at it that way, it's easier for you to say, okay, like, I have some free time, let me help you with this. And
Mm.
also
Mm,
importantly, network and your family, your support group, having people that you can really trust with some things, being able to delegate, having working with volunteers, collaborating with
Mm.
people
mm,
that can also support you, like charity, you can get volunteers to work with you and relate with them well, so that they will also be like interested in what you're trying to achieve.
Mm.
And
yeah.
every other thing you're doing, it's possible to collaborate and also leverage technology. Those
Yes.
Yeah.
things are, yeah, very important in
Mm.
managing everything.
That's very good. I mean, one thing you've mentioned now for the second time is network. Network is very good. Is very good and very important to set a network of good people, of professionals that can help you, or act as a support system for you, for any adventure or any business that you want to embark on. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was asking this question because so a lot of times people have this mindset, or one thinks, oh, when I get married, I have to focus on on marriage. I have to 100% give in my input, my time, my energy into it. That means my business will have to be on hold or suffer for a minute. My career, my hobbies or something, we have to be on pause. But as you said, once you have a support system, you can combine everything.
Yeah, and also another thing is for someone to like make use of your single years well.
Mm.
Mm.
Like whatever it is you want to do, while you are still single, just get started already.
Yeah.
What else are you waiting for? Like for instance, I started Fave Lawyer, the platform I was telling you of before we started recording.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I started it, I was just asking myself that, so what am I waiting for? What's the definition of a perfect time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that it so the same thing for your personal growth or career. Just keep improving yourself. So I mean, it helps you to already build capacity to some extent before you get married.
Yes.
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 Yeah, because definitely when you get married, you need to rebalance yourself. Because a different thing when you were on your own, like you had more time than when you are married. Now you have more responsibilities, you have more obligations. So
Yes.
Yes.
it won't be the same. Definitely, it won't be the same. You will need to like probably leave some other things, extra things that you do that you can leave out for the main time.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
keep rebalancing yourself as you finish each project. But definitely, while you are still in your single years, use it your best, the best of use it for yourself the best possible way and to your
Mm.
advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great advice. Actually, that's a very good advice. And talking of you talked about your platform now and your blog. We talked about this a little bit before we started recording. I think it's the best time for you to like tell me more about it, so that everyone can know about it.
Okay, so Fave Lawyer is a platform that I started to assist young lawyers and young law students in their career progression because the knowledge you gain as a law student, a law graduate in law school, and what you experience in the real profession is not the same. There's a huge knowledge gap. So, like, the platform is we aspire to support young lawyers to be able to let them have like stable ground, for them to progress, for them to fly, and also, something we're also considering is being able to support entrepreneurs at the same time. So we are still working on including this as well to ensure because of late we earn a lot of information about people's equity being taken, and just help them to know what to do, how to be careful in their business to ensure their business is sustainable and all that.
And this is very good. I mean, for especially for small scale business, I guess
A lot of
a lot
people
of
that
people
don't have.
Definitely, yes.
they don't have the resources or the money, the finance to to secure their business, and
This
this
is
is
Yeah,
very,
very
yeah.
good
very
for
good for
them.
them. So where can we find you? Where can we connect? And if I have a small business, for example, and I need your assistance to secure everything and make everything legal, how can I get across to you?
Well, we are only on Instagram for now at lawyer underscore. And also, I'm also on Instagram, Oluwatosin AO.
I'm going to place like the link to your Instagram pages to the show notes of this episode. So anyone who is interested can just click on it and get across to you as soon as possible and secure your business and secure your your adventures, and maybe your entrepreneur. Make sure you get legal advices from Tosin Obasi.
All right, thank you.
So like are there ways you have had to work on yourself personally in order to become a better lawyer or a better yeah, law practitioner, or legal officer?
Good practitioner.
Yeah, sorry, thank you, legal practitioner. Yeah.
Definitely, like I mentioned earlier, like finishing law school and entering the workforce, like is a huge knowledge gap. So you definitely have to be ready to learn,
Mm.
either from observing what your senior colleagues are doing in the office, or also taking some extra time to read from books, read up the laws, read up articles online, discuss with senior colleagues. Yeah, definitely, I have to do that a whole lot. I have to do that at every point, and I'm still doing that because many they say never end.
Yeah, exactly. So if you had like the opportunity to tell yourself or if you had the opportunity to tell your younger self like 5 things, what would those 5 things be? Like if you could travel back in time and look at that young, beautiful Tosin Adiagbo in secondary school, for example, what are 5 things or 5 advices that you or five piece of advices that you give to her?
I would say maybe my younger self from secondary and uni,
Yeah.
Yeah.
more from uni because I mean secondary school was more of academic, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But
That's true.
from uni, I would say like I wish I was more proactive.
Mhm.
I wish I was less shy. I wish I was part of those that would always speak up in class and not be bothered by what everybody would think or whether people would laugh. Because growing up, I realized that yes, people may laugh, but you learn. And people that laughed, they will most likely not even remember what happened in 2 weeks' time or 1 month time. It's only you that happened to that you remember. And
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
you've already learned. Yeah, and what else? I would just say if you can think it, if you can dream it, then you can do it. Just do it already. There's no perfect time. You definitely make mistakes. There will be some failures, but the mistakes will make me better. So that's what I will tell my younger self.
Yes, yes. This is so amazing. Thank you so much. I've learned today a lot from you already, and I think 2 things I'm going to take home today. 2 things I'm going to take home are going to be first thing, I should be ready for changes anytime. I should be dynamic because of course, the life that we're living in is very dynamic. Everything changes from time to time. Change is the only thing that is constant. And the second thing is never stop learning. You always have to keep on learning. Learn from colleagues, learn from senior colleagues, learn from anything from life, and just keep on growing. Wow. Thank you so much for your time, Tosin Obasi. I wish you all the best. And yeah, I hope we could also connect on your Instagram page and also, get across to securing our businesses,
Large
large
scale
scale
business, small
business,
scale
small scale
business,
business,
and
and
yeah,
yeah,
and
and
yeah,
yeah,
hope
hope
to
to
hear more
hear
from
more
you.
from you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I am eternally grateful for your time, your love, and contributions. You mean a lot to me. Thank you once again for listening and sharing with your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and follow this journey on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms in the description. Stay blessed.